Covering songs. It's a world unto its own. You don't like stuff? Don't do them. There's stuff that's not there that you like? Put them in. Okay, sync. I need a drink. Greetings and welcome. Mark from Tavern here. Gonna give you a little breakdown on our mashup cover of Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush and the Stranger Things theme. Wasn't originally even supposed to include the Stranger Things theme, but that's how it developed. Fun things happen in the process. The first step when approaching any kind of cover is see what came before. I had to throw this whole thing together in a single car ride, 18 hours down to Florida. I apologize to Alex, our tank drum player and percussionist, who had to listen for 18 hours, me looping every version of Running Up That Hill. The two versions of Running Up That Hill that stuck out to me the most were, one, the placebo version, which is, I believe, the best version. I feel like the way Placebo did it is the way the song should be. It felt like it had the right emotional inflection. The other one was Car Seat Headrests version. When I first heard Car Seat Headrests version, I thought it was a little silly at first. I don't know if it was the synth. I don't know if like their little womp, 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 or if it was just the way the beat came in right away. I thought it was a little silly, wrote it off. Obviously listened to it. It is now up there with Placebo. I realized while listening to the song over and over and over and over and over that it actually matches a chord progression in the Stranger Things theme. There are some overlays there. It does this 6-7-1 movement that was just begging to be mashed up. I can't remember what key the original is in. I can't remember what key the Stranger Things theme is in. We ended up putting it in B for a couple reasons. I can hit the low notes and then jump up an octave for the finale. The first thing we had to address was the Stranger Things theme, which is just an arpeggiated major 7 ostinato. We put it in G major because that's the 6 in a B minor. And that little bit right there is from the Stranger Things theme. Stranger Things theme. When it comes to that Stranger Things riff, that wah ba bum, piano would have been a really nice instrument to use for that, but Placebo did it already. It's kind of the perfect instrument if this is the feel you're going for, and since they did it already and we wanted to do something a little bit different, that's where this instrument comes in. This is a tank drum. We got this from Etsy. We found this Lithuanian dude who lives in a barn or something. You gotta check out his YouTube videos. He shows his whole process, shows how he makes them out of propane tanks. These things have a cool sound. Good stuff. This thing is in a fixed tuning of B pentatonic, B minor pentatonic. So this was the other motivator for what key to put this song in. We knew we wanted to put the riff, the Running Up That Hill riff on this thing, and between this and the vocals, B. There's flies on my beer. As far as the rhythm of the song goes, percussion-wise, across all covers, there's this 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a even in the Placebo version, where it's like this low pulsing, it's still in there. Check it out. It's like whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's so cool. So that's what we have coming in with the djembe right away. Verge usually plays piano or mandolin, but this time he's on djembe. Why? None of us had any time to learn this thing. Brandon playing on piano. Brandon learned it that morning. He did a fine job, that Brandon. Brands the mans with his piano hands. In the first verse, when the lyrics come in, there's actually no instrumentation happening. Piano stops, guitars, nothing, bass, nothing. Alex is doing just a low B on the tank. And the pre-chorus is when the guitar first comes in. Figure introduce the instruments one by one. I don't even know what's happening musically in the original. I say I did research. I did. I didn't. But I heard one version do a D, A, G, I think it is, so I stuck with that. I think it's supposed to change the second time. Didn't do it. The pre-chorus is these higher triads. Real simple. Now when the chorus comes in, this highlights something we leaned on hard for this. The Stranger Things theme is just a major 7 arpeggio. The Running Up That Hill riff starts on a 7. That A, 7 of the B. Figured, why not just stay on 7s? So when it comes to the chorus, it's just a G7, A7, B7. And eventually when we get back down to the verse, a B7, F sharp 7, G7, A7. All because Stranger Things is an arpeggiated major 7, the running up that hill riff starts on a 7. So, why not? Let's make everything a 7. Sevens all around. Everything was specifically placed to leave room for everything else, so you got a B7 right there, with an F sharp in the root for your inverted fifth. And then the bass is right underneath of it, playing that low B. Now when the chorus comes in, the piano comes back in, and the piano comes back in with the Stranger Things part. It's kind of nice how that part from Stranger Things fits right over the running up that hill chorus. Good stuff. I'm not taking credit for any of this stuff. It's just there. You don't get credit for putting a puzzle together. The piece is there. Somebody else drew it, somebody else cut it. You just bought it and dumped it all out on your coffee table and breathed dust for the next 8 hours. So one thing we try to do in Burnt Tavern is give everything space to breathe. The bass never steps on the guitar never steps on the tank drum never steps on the piano. You get your bass range right around here. You got your guitar right around here. Tank right on top of it. Little north. Right around middle C. And then one octave up from that, we've got the piano. Nothing's really stepping on anything else. It makes arrangements come through that much clearer. It's kind of nice. The thing Brandon's playing in the chorus, that's kashishi. I don't know if it's Brazilian or African, but it's used in a lot of Brazilian music. It's used in a lot of capoeira, along with the berimbau, the Brazilian guitar stringy type thing. That actually, the Brazilian jiu-jitsu technique, the berimbolo, is named after the berimbau. And this, a kashishi, is used in that kind of music. That's what Brandon has. We got this down at the House of Musical Traditions in Maryland. We took a band road trip down there and bought a whole bunch of wacky stuff. In listening to this song, absorbing it for that 18-hour car ride down to Florida, I realized that it had the weirdest rhythms. Super offbeat, really funky. It took me a while to wrap my head around it. It's one thing I really love, car seat headrests getting funky. I think it's when the second verse kicks in the car seat headrest version, the bass line is the coolest thing. It's the coolest thing. It just gets so funky and it gets so groovy. So Tom and Krieger are just kind of playing some kind of funky thing matching up with the bodhran. When my rhythm comes in, I'm playing this drum called a bodhran. It's this Celtic drum. Oh, where's my bodhran? My bodhran's back there. I don't think I'm going to get it because my mint is leaning on it. We basically just jammed on that. One and a two and a three and a four and a... And Krieger and Tom are doing some kind of something. Good stuff. Good stuff. I guess now's as good time as any to talk about the lyrics of this song. I only found out long after we were done with this. Long, relative, like the next day. Apparently, it's about a man and a woman switching places so that they can experience each other's lives. Kind of like that Charlotte Perkins Gilman? Whoever wrote the Yellow Wallpaper. She did some other kind of story that's almost sci-fi-ish from the 1890s? I don't know. I don't know anything. I didn't know that. Alex asked me what the song meant, and rather than give her the correct answer, which is, I don't know, I just started spitballing and told her what it meant to me. To me, the song is about sacrifice. I interpreted the lyrics to mean two people who were going through a similar traumatic event, but one can process it much more healthily than the other person. And that person wants to take that pain away from the other person. One person who's able to handle it and the other person can't. So it starts off with the person reassuring the other one that it doesn't hurt me. And then, do you want to feel how I feel? Do you want to feel as good as I do? Do you want to cope with this the way that I can? That interpretation is what informed the emotional inflection of my delivery. There's a line in the second verse. Is there so much hate for the ones we love? I think that's the lyric. I'm not going to look it up. It's right there. In the original version, the stress is on the so. Is there so much hate for the ones we love? That bothered me. I don't know why, but I didn't like it. I wanted to stress the is so that it actually seems like a true interrogative statement. Is there so much hate for the ones we love? In doing that, I was able to highlight something that we hadn't touched on yet, but I had planned for the finale. That being the percussion in the Stranger Things theme. Underneath all of it, there's a didn't. 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E.
There's so much hate for the ones we love.
It's a fun little hack for the harmony that Krieger's doing for that part. So the background vocals go ah, ah, ah. And then for the fourth line they go ah, 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 back to a D. The melody just rides in A, so it's like, is there so much hate for the ones we love? But if you do the background melody, it goes ah, 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 and you can hang on the D. Ah, 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 is there so much hate for the ones we love? So that makes it a little bit easier, just hanging on the note that turns into your harmony. So the next part is something else that bugged me about the original one. I'm gonna get so much flack for saying that there's all these things that bother me about the original. It's not like I don't love it. There's always room for improvement. That one part where she goes, tell me we both matter, don't we? The space between matter and don't we was so minuscule in the original version.
Oh, tell me we both matter, don't we?
I didn't like it. Placebo adds a pause.
Tell me we both matter, don't we?
I don't know if I did it because I just thought it was the right thing to do, or if it was because Placebo did it already and I decided that that was a better choice, but there's like an extra 16th note. So it actually has this hesitation. It actually turns it into a genuine question. That extra little pause.
Tell me we both matter, don't we?
Something about that just seems like someone is reluctantly facing the harsh reality of the situation. Really like the implication of that pause. And also that little pre-chorus there where it's you and me, won't be unhappy. It really bugged me about in the original one. Oh, I'm doing it again. Saying all these things that bugged me about the original. But the way she goes, it's you and me, won't be unhappy. The lyrics right there kind of bug me. It's you and me, won't be unhappy. I don't know if she says we won't be unhappy or not.
It's you and me, you won't be unhappy.
I didn't hear a we. I really wanted to stress a we. I really liked the fact that there would be a complete statement with we won't be unhappy. Had to put that one in there. Where are we? If you hear a tambourine in the chorus, it's because there's a tambourine in the chorus. It's this thing. I'm wearing a foot tambo. But we couldn't get it on camera because it was too dark. So, little vinyl foot tambourine. Handy dandy. I also got a heel shaker. I got a heel shaker and a foot tambo. And between songs when I'm just walking around, it sounds so silly. I feel like a court jester walking around in my motley garb. The bodhran fill I do right before the bridge, that's a fun little Easter egg. No one's gonna notice that. No one ever would have noticed that if I didn't point it out right now. It's just a train of 16th notes, but a specific number of 16th notes. I dig it. It makes me happy throwing this stuff in there. Nobody cares. Nobody notices. I notice. I care. Do we have any more of this? Sync. Sync.
Yeah.
Now, I think every version of the song goes to the pre-chorus again, before the bridge. I didn't like it. So we didn't do it. Just that simple. Covering songs. It's a world unto its own. You don't like stuff? Don't do them. There's stuff that's not there that you like? Put them in. So in the original version, when it gets to the bridge, that beat keeps going. It plays through. In the car seat headrest version, it does it too. In fact, it picks up. Drops down a little bit for that pre-chorus, pre-bridge pre-chorus, and then picks back up for the bridge. But the Placebo version, just like, boom, hits whole notes, and it's huge. Come on, baby. That's the good stuff. I love that. So that's what we did. I'm singing the melody, Brandon's singing right underneath me, Krieger's right above me. So my part is, come on, baby. Come on, darling, let me steal this moment from you now. Brandon's part is, come on, baby, come on, darling, let me steal this moment from you now. Krieger's part's a little tricky. I give him credit for getting this one down. Come on, baby, come on, darling, let me steal this moment from you now. Good times. I'm going to get so much flack for pointing out all these issues I had with the original, but here's another one. It really bothers me in songs when words don't follow their natural speaking cadence. And when she says, let's exchange the experience. Let's exchange the experience. And it just drags out. It's not how you say the word experience. And I know this happens all the time in music, and it bugs me all the time in music. The way we did it in retaining the natural cadence of the word experience, it actually opened up a pause, this perfect pause break where the tank drum could come in and then everything blasted back in. So it's like, let's exchange the experience. Dun, da, dun, ba, da, 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 dun. That's the good stuff.
Let's exchange the experience.
It just worked out that way. Look at that. Wanted to maintain the natural cadence pronunciation of the word experience, open up a break, let the tank drum come back in with us running up that hill riff, right back into the Stranger Things theme. It's just beautiful. Just lined up. Everything just lined up perfectly. Good stuff. When the song kicks back in and Brandon's playing Stranger Things on the piano and the guitars are just chugging away, Creer's just riding that low B. Ugh. Oh my God. That's so good. I love it. I love it so much. It makes me so happy when that thing crashes back in. On YouTube, the video itself has like a viewer retention rate. Long story short, I don't know how this stuff works yet, but half the people watching the video tuned out before that finale kicked in, and it breaks my heart. That's the best part of the song. And half of you people missed it. Breaks the heart. I need a drink. How could half the people tune out before the best part kicks in? By the way, this video is sponsored by Heavy Real Brewing in Seaside Heights, New Jersey. They're not paying us. In fact, they don't know they're sponsoring us. I opened one without emptying this one. When you need to appear on camera, but can't do it sober. Heavy Real. There's a fly in it. The fly wasn't in the can. This room's full of flies. We got flies in this house. Oh, I thought I was done doing it, but there's one more. At least one more. Another thing about the original that really bugged me, and this thing was the biggest. When it gets to the last choruses, there's this syncopation that happens. Everything goes off beat by like one quarter note. I don't know what it is. I tried wrapping my head around it, not for too long, because I just hated how it felt. I hated how it felt in my bones. I just didn't like it. It was just like a non-groove. It just bugged the hell out of me. Placebo does it in their version too. Listen to it. I was going to say it sucks, but you know, it's a matter of preference here. But the beauty of covers, these things aren't sacrosanct. We didn't like it. We didn't do it. We changed it. No, just did it like the other ones. In fact, I think Car Seat Headrest like does it for half of one line and then just shifts. And we kind of took a note from their version. Really like what they did with it. So I think we paid tribute to how the original rhythm is supposed to be, but we didn't stick with it because we didn't like it. And if you don't like it, don't do it. Motto for life. If you don't like it, don't do it. So this is where the Stranger Things theme comes back in. That Stranger Things beat, da-dun, da-dun, that we did in the "Is there so much hate for the ones we love" line. Did it again for the outro, syncing everything up. If there's any metal bands I want to cover this version, for the love of God, please do, because that thing is slamming. The whole outro with double bass. Oh, dun 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 dun. Oh, come on, there's got to be a metal band out there that wants to do this. Maybe we'll just do it. We're not going to do it. And then back to the Stranger Things theme on piano for that emphatic finish. You got to finish strong. You got to start strong. You got to finish strong. Everything in the middle, throw it out the window. It doesn't matter. As long as people finish happy, that didn't sound right. As long as you leave everybody happy at the end, then they'll forget about everything wrong you did to them beforehand. The original version, Car Seat Headrest version, they keep the ending going for like an extra minute or two. Just end it. Just finish the song and go home. It's fine. I mean, like if you've got some saxophone player that's just like ripping into it, let him go. Let him have his fun. But we're not going to do that. We finished strong. We're going to wrap it up. That's it. We've got drinking to do. So yeah. If you listen to the song, I hope you like it. If you watch the video, hope you like it. Many more to come. Please do like, comment, subscribe, do all of the above. They help us not just in a morale boosting way, but in an actually practical algorithmic way. Yeah, I didn't know that until recently. It's not just like a, hey, like my video. It makes me feel nice. No, it actually tells YouTube that you like it. Maybe other people will like it, so it'll show them. So yeah, comment. Even if you have nothing worthwhile to say, just comment. Comment with emojis. That implies emojis aren't a language unto themselves, which they are. Emojis are the new hieroglyphics. It's perfectly okay to leave emoji comments. Share it with everybody. Subscribe to our channel. There's going to be a lot more videos coming. In fact, literally years worth of videos every couple weeks. So get ready. If you like us, you're in for a treat. If you don't like us, you're in for a treat because you don't have to watch it.